Over the past few years, discussions surrounding Wang Chuqin have never really faded. Yet most of the conversation hasn't stayed focused on pure technique. Scores change, form rises and falls. What keeps coming up instead is his development, path, and how China's national table tennis team defines the word core player at different stages. If you stretch the timeline, it becomes clear these debates didn't appear overnight. In many ways, they've moved in step with changes in the team selection system. During the years when direct qualification tournaments played a central role, the pathway to the national team felt relatively straightforward. Fans could trace where players emerged from and what tests they had passed. That clarity made it easier for the public to reach a shared understanding of who earned their place. As the team's long-term planning evolved, the selection criteria became more layered. Results still matter, but they are no longer the only benchmark. Age balance, playing style, right and left-handed combinations, and doubles chemistry are now evaluated together. The shift itself wasn't dramatic, but it quietly changed how outsiders interpret the process of building the starting lineup. Wang Chuqin grew up within this new system. He has never avoided internal competition. In his early years, he faced intense pressure through multiple in-team trials. But compared with the more linear promotion routes of the past, his journey has been far more complex and harder to define through a single result. Several turning points have kept the debate alive. In certain qualification-style events, his performances were not particularly dominant, yet he still secured spots in major tournament lineups afterward. Under a system built on comprehensive evaluation, this situation is not unusual. It simply became more visible in his case. By contrast, players who rose through the earlier direct qualification system were often accepted more quickly, not because they never experienced setbacks, but because their starting point was easier to understand. Once the origin of their qualification was clear, fluctuations in performance felt easier to put into context. Over time, a steady but less confrontational discussion began to form. It isn't centered on any single match, nor is it purely about individual skill. Instead, it focuses on the pathway itself. When pathways diversify, interpretations naturally become more divided. For Wang Chuqin, this environment represents both opportunity and pressure. The opponents he faces are not limited to those across the table. He also carries the weight of public expectations about how a core player should emerge. When he wins, the conversation fades into the background. When his form dips, those questions return just as quickly. From a broader perspective, these debates highlight a larger reality. Within a highly successful system, transparency and credibility matter just as much as flexibility. As selection methods become more adaptable, helping the public understand that adaptability becomes an even greater challenge. Perhaps over time, a new consensus will take shape, whether through clearer qualification pathways or more consistent performances on the international stage. Once the starting point becomes easier to understand, the debate itself may gradually quiet down.